Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have this ABS pre-built all booted up and ready to go, let's talk about a couple benchmarks real quick. Now we decided to test this PC in a couple of titles, those being Call of Duty Cold War, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Borderlands 3, and Rainbow Six Siege. For those out there who absolutely hate Fortnite benchmarking, this is the perfect video for you because we're not including Fortnite because I don't think it really matters that much with a PC of this caliber. And we are doing one different thing compared to all our other previous benchmark runs. We are testing at 4K. Yes, you heard that right. We have a 4K monitor for our bench now, so whenever we have high-end PCs, we can stress them to their limits at 4K and also test at a wide range of resolutions. So, yay, excited about that. And first up in Call of Duty Cold War on max settings, which is basically max settings, but with DLSS performance mode turned on, we averaged around 80 to 100 FPS at 4K. My goodness, graphics cards have come a long way. I remember when 4K was almost impossible to reach 60 FPS. You used to have to run multiple GPUs to even get 60 FPS in 4K, but nowadays DLSS makes it really easy while also maintaining that sharp visual quality that 4K offers. I personally don't game at 4K. I personally prefer 1440p high refresh rate over 4K any day, or even ultra wide, but for those who want to play 4K, you can play Call of Duty Cold War at 80 to 100 FPS at 4K, lower some settings a little bit at 4K, and you could have a high refresh rate 4K experience if you're one of those ballers out there. I would assume you could be a baller out there if you spend as much money as this PC actually costs on a monitor, so do keep that in mind. You could invest the money into that and get a really cool gaming experience. But yeah, Call of Duty Cold War runs beautifully on this PC. Next up in Shadow of the Tomb Raider on high settings at 4K, no DLSS or anything like that, we averaged 88 FPS, which is no easy feat. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is still a very demanding AAA title, and the benchmark always pushes PCs to its limits, but that 3080 Ti, man, just doesn't even sweat. It works really well in 4K, plays pretty much any game you throw at it, so I would definitely declare the 3080 Ti a great card for 4K gaming if you're looking to get into that. If you're playing games like Cyberpunk, you might dip below 60 on max settings, so you probably want to lower the settings there, but really, if you're picking up a 3080 Ti, I mean, you're going to get really good performance, especially in this pre-built from ABS. Next up in Borderlands 3 with their built-in benchmark on max settings, we averaged 72 FPS. Borderlands 3 is very demanding, but damn, it looks so good at 4K. Like, it doesn't do justice in the video, you can't really see it, but the visual art of Borderlands 3 with super high resolution looks so awesome. It makes me want to play the game at 4K just for the fun of it, so highly recommend you consider that. Borderlands 3 looks absolutely beautiful at 72 FPS at 4K. And last but certainly not least, just for those out there who really want to see how esports titles run at 4K, even though I wouldn't recommend it because you much rather play at like 1080p 240Hz or 1440p 165Hz than 4K 60 for esports titles, but Rainbow Six Siege averaged 248 FPS on very high settings, so no problems there. Overall, this PC is absolutely insane. The build quality is great. The GPU choice is great. The 5950X is incredibly overkill. In all honesty, you could have gotten a model from ABS potentially with a 3080 Ti and like a, I don't know, 5800X, and that probably would make a lot more sense. But if you're someone who's into content creation and or just wants the most balls of the wall PC you can get, let alone the 3090 obviously is going to be a little bit better, but for the most part the 3080 Ti is just a VRAM cut down version of the 3090, so you're pretty much getting the best gaming performance you can right now on the market. I mean, you really can't complain here. This PC is awesome, and if you guys want to pick this thing up, link down below will be an affiliate link, and if you do purchase that, I would graciously appreciate you guys. But really, this video was just to show off the top-of-the-line ABS gaming PC and also, well, just give you an idea on ABS as a company, and if you wanted to pick up one of their PCs, if you could actually trust getting a PC from them. And I think for the most part, they have some pretty good PCs for the money, so definitely consider picking one up if you are looking to get one and not wait for the GPU market to get better, because I have a feeling most of these pre-built companies are going to get graphics cards way faster than we will, even when the market starts getting better. So you might get some very good deals on the pre-built market before you can actually build your own PC at a reasonable price. Now that we finished the benchmarking section of today's video, how about we bring Jackson back in here to wrap this video up real quick?